Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? Welcome to... I don't know what I should call this. Should I call this daily snack? Should I call this Pokemon snack of the day? Snails. Gastrodon. Probably not a good snack. Anyways, just chill back, eat some chips, drink some water. I don't condone alcohol. Drink some water and yeah, have yourself a blast. Anyways, we got double header here. I wanna I kind of want to bring you guys as much content as I can as a thank you to all you guys that have been supporting me in this past months. It's been incredible. Also, go check out my previous live video that I did regarding BattleSpot, which these matches actually are part of BattleSpot. They are actually matches that were took before I've decided to do it live. They were actually took at an hour, which I was kind of like that tired, but that's pretty much the reason why I didn't live commentary this kind of matches. So these two matches are post, and daily snack is just something that can kind of not really dig a hole, but more like fill a hole on that day. It's either this or nothing for that day. So again, just a special video in between weeks when I don't have anything to give. So I'm definitely gonna try to get some solid matches today. Anyways, the guy goes into his shield form, Kingu Shieldu goes into his defensive form as I go for the flamethrower. Honestly, I was over predicting on those turns. I mean, who in his right mind would stay in against a Charizard? Why out of all them things? But I finally come to my senses, realizing, hey, this guy is not switching out. So I guess he was relying on me or predicting. That was those level 2 predictions, and yeah, that's what happened. I was kind of expecting something that doesn't really appreciate taking focus blasts and so forth, so that's pretty bad, all those over predictions, but it still cost him the edge slash. So I was a bit surprised why he kept on staying in. Conkeldurr comes in. Conkeldurr doesn't really want to take all them head smashes. This is actually quite incredible. I haven't really... That's some powerful head you got there, good sir. Fainted. Unfortunately, my fists are stronger than your head. I take him out. I was thinking, he's probably just gonna stay and go for the obvious. I mean, it's Conkeldurr, depending on whether or not his last Pokemon can take my Drain Punches, will result in a switch, but it didn't switch out. Now he reveals the Machamp, and Machamp is an absolute beast. Goes for Dynamic Punch. Surprisingly, did not take me out, but the confusion take me out. So Conkeldurr, I will definitely gotta start throwing you some books, because the guy gotta go back to school. That's all I can say. So I switch out to my Charizard. We're gonna go into that mid-era, the best era. Just gonna go for Air Slash. Clean house, clean galaxy, clean everything away. Unfortunately, Machamp cannot take that from the Mega Charizard. Why? It's actually quite incredible, and that's gonna be the game. The first match, not all that great, but the second one is definitely gonna make up for it. This is actually an 18-turn match, which is something that you don't really expect. When it's 3-on-3, you tend to expect matches to be like 10 turns long, and that's like the absolute maximum. So depending on whether or not they use some bulky stuff, pretty much result in longer matches, and this one was probably no exception. Hydreigon decently bulky on its own. Great typing, taking some of the elemental moves as well. Zapdos, that is most definitely a defensive one, so we're looking at a pretty elegant bird over here, throwing down some Thunderbolts. Now do take it quite well, just gonna retaliate with Ice Punch. Seeing the damage pretty much told me that he is defensive, as well as seeing how much he did with T-Bow. That was quite pathetic. But roosting on my switch was definitely a way to go, because regaining all that lost HP can definitely work out for him later on. Especially as Executor comes in, I was pretty sure he's not going to be playing offensive. Not to mention I do resist the T-Ball, but then again, Executor is not known for having a very good special defense. So Hydreigon comes in, definitely not a good sight to behold, just because Hydreigon is pretty much, offensively speaking, it is resistant towards my Solar Beam, and it is immune towards my Side Shock, and those two are unfortunately my only offensive moves I have at my arsenal right now. So gotta think about doing some modifications about that moveset I have, because it is a little bit too easy walled by the likes of Heatran, Hydreigon, and so forth. So I'm definitely gonna need to think about that a little bit, but for now we're just gonna need to use it. Anyways, Hydreigon, I was kind of hoping his Scarf. He probably is, just because how he did go for the Dark Pulse, where he could have easily gone for something else. Then again, I could have gone for a sub again, I don't know. Still, I'm gonna go for the knockoff, expecting him to switch out. He does switch out, then afterwards he's gonna go for the hidden power. Unfortunately, Rocky Helmet still hits me after me getting rid of the Rocky Helmet. I was kind of thinking it's not gonna hit me, but I was sadly mistaken. Afterwards, just gonna go for Ice Punch just to get some damage. I know eventually he's gonna need to roost because he's probably gonna try to be at reasonable amount of health to where, you know, I'm gonna be taken down by his you know, his T-Bolt, because he's eventually gonna be outspeed me. So I guess he was probably predicting me to go for Ice Punch, but I do decide to go for the Drain Punch to gain some HP to where I'm pretty much pressuring him to offensively attack me forward, so I can you know, I can kind of lock him at that HP bar. You know, I am not allowing him to get any more HP than he already is. So I'll switch out to my Mega Charizard. It's about time we do this, and I'm pretty sure I should be faster just because defensive Zapdos, not to mention that I believe I'm running Timid Charizard, so I believe if it was offensive, then it would have come down to a speed tie, but Fire Blast just in case Flamethrower fails to take him out. I guess it could, just because Zapdos does possess some really good bulk in general, so having max HP that he could probably have, and he probably did have, could have been a very bad sight to behold, to be taking all them T-Bolts that weren't really necessary, as long as I did manage to hit the Fire Blast. So Hydreigon comes in, Draco Meteor misses, which manages to you know, land me still stay at full HP, not to mention get some heavy damage in there. But then afterwards, for some reason, some strange reason, I switch out to Exector. Now, don't ask me why. I guess something was telling me maybe. No, switches wouldn't really make much sense just because it is Mega Charizard. Why not much really take? When you have only like one Pokemon left, majority of times if it's not a Heatran or something really bulky, they're not gonna switch into it. So a switch was definitely not something I was kind of expecting, but this was probably a mind fart on my behalf. Like, I don't know what to say about that. It was really bad. Anyways, he manages to miss 2 Draco Meteors. Afterwards he manages to break my sub, but unfortunately it was a little bit too late because I still managed to connect my Solar Beam, and afterwards he finally shows me his last, which is Azumarill. Now, because the sun has disappeared, I decided to switch out to Charizard. I gotta get back the sun because that's gonna cripple his Azumarill, not to mention my Exector is gonna speed. I cannot go for the Solar Beam just because it needs a turn to recharge, and afterwards, you know how it works under sun. And not to mention that Azumarill still has Citrus Berries, so it could have probably taken the Side Shock. So after that, it could have been in there for a world of pain. So that was something I really wasn't a big fan of. So I was definitely planning on ahead in time, just in case. I can definitely preserve my Exector. With the help of Sun, +6 fails to take me out. The resistance, Exector is natural, really good bulk as well. Just gonna charge up the Sun and just put some lasers in between. Look at that, Azumarill is just gonna get fried down, and that's gonna be the game. Ladies and gentlemen, that was actually very dangerous because it actually resulted in what I could say it was a double down, and it resulted in a tie, but the game told me it was a 1 just because my Pokemon was the last to fall down. So I'm gonna believe what the game told me. It is Battle Spot, so I guess we won that one. And that was the game. So the first one was definitely something a little bit crippling, but the second one hopefully made up for it. If you guys did enjoy these 2 matches, let me know in the comment section. Give it a like. Thank you very much, guys, for your continued support. I'm definitely gonna be looking for some matches. I'm definitely gonna be trying to bring in as many layout videos as I can. Some ideas, I still don't want to go into it, you know, at least until I'm ready to throw them out, but you know, in due time, everything in due time. So until next time, guys, take care, peace.